up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you guys 8 concealer hacks. I love hack videos. I think you guys do too, but if you don't, you can just let me know and I'll stop in the comments below. Just say, stop your hack videos. We don't want to see them. No? Okay. I just got the brand new Nars concealers in the mail. These are the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealers. They come in 16 different shades. They are so buttery and creamy. They blend so beautifully on the skin, and I thought instead of using it in a typical tutorial, I thought I would share 8 concealer hacks, and I'm going to actually use 2 different types of concealers in this video. But anyway, these are amazing, super creamy. I'm going to show you guys a few swatches just because they do come in 16 different shades. They're long lasting and you'll hear more about them throughout the video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's get started. So the first concealer hack is probably my favorite just because I feel like I use this hack almost every time I do my makeup, and that is to ditch my traditional eyeshadow primer and go in with my concealer. I feel like this to me works so well because it cancels out any discoloration I may have on my eyelids and just primes my eyelids perfectly for my eyeshadow. Now, a lot of people who have oily lids may not think this is a great idea. I have never had an issue with it. I feel like after applying the concealer, as long as you set it with a translucent powder, you will be good to go. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and use the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Light 2.75 Cannelle. I am going to use my ring finger and just dip it directly into the pot and then just apply this on my eyelids. I find that with these concealers, when you use your fingers, it just works better because it warms up the product really nicely and it just blends so beautifully. You totally can use a brush, obviously. I just find that warming up the product a little bit makes such a difference. So this concealer gives you a soft, natural matte finish, and I think for that reason, it's also really good for the eyelids. So as you can see, this completely canceled out any redness, any discoloration that I had on my eyelids. Now we're going to move on to hack number 2. I'm going to go ahead and apply some shadows, and these are by ColourPop, just the individual eyeshadows, and I'll probably be using a few different colors. Check the description box for all of the colors and everything else that I use in this tutorial. Now that my eyeshadow is halfway done, I'm going to go ahead and pick up a little bit more of that product, and this time I'm using a flat brush, as you can see. So we are going to slowly carve out that brow bone and make sure the brows look nice and sharp and clean out any imperfection from the brows or from the eyeshadow. This concealer is so easy to blend. That's why I like using this instead of like a liquid formula, and a little bit of this goes a long way. So I would definitely start very, very slow and then just build your way until you are happy with the intensity. But just again, a little bit goes a long way. As you can see, it just instantly brightens that area. Okay, hack number 3 is awesome if you've got dark circles and you want to conceal them. So first you have to correct the shade and cancel out any blue undertones with a salmon color corrector. You may already know this. If you don't have a salmon color corrector, then what you can use is just a good old lipstick. This is a super red lipstick, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and pick up a little bit of this guy just directly on my brush. And then I'm going to go ahead and mix this with the same concealer that I used. And then we're going to go ahead and blend the 2 colors together. So you are going to end up with something like this. So then you want to go ahead and directly apply this on your dark circles. I don't really have dark circles, so this is kind of a hard hack to show you guys, but I promise it works. So what this is going to do is cancel out any darkness you may have under your eyes. And then you're going to go ahead and apply your concealer directly on top of this. So then I'm going to pick up the same concealer, again, picking a little bit of product with my ring finger, and then just applying it directly under my eyes. And as you can see, this is really, really close to my natural skin color, but we're going to go ahead and highlight it with a lighter color in a little bit. So again, you can use your ring finger because I feel like this really helps warm up the product. It blends so easily and beautifully into the skin. So these concealers are full coverage concealers, and they're definitely buildable, so you can, build it to the intensity that you want, but they do finish to a soft, natural matte finish. So as you can see, I'm just slowly building this to the intensity that I want. I'm not packing on product all at once. I'm just going to go ahead and finish the eyes so that we can move on to the rest of the face. So now that my liner is on, we're going to move on to hack number 4, and that is to carve out that cat eye to make it nice and sharp using your concealer. By the way, the gel liner that I use is by Sigma. It's just their black gel eyeliner. So I'm going to pick up a different shade. This time I'm going to go ahead and pick up light number 1, carve out this cat eye. The cool thing about this is it not only cleans the cat eye, it also makes it sharper because when you use a lighter concealer, as you can see, it just brightens this area, which makes the cat eye pop even more. I'm going to pop on some lashes. These are by Pure Cosmetics. They just came out with it. They're so pretty. I'm going to go ahead and apply my foundation so that I can show you the next hack, and that is pinpoint concealing. This is one of those hacks that you can definitely use before or after your foundation. I prefer to apply this after my foundation. And pinpoint concealing, if you guys don't know already, is basically finding all of the imperfections on your face, like, you know, acne, scars, discoloration, and then just pinpoint conceal so that those areas are covered. First, I am going to go in with my foundation, and I'm actually trying these new IT Cosmetics Cushion Foundations. These just came out. Okay, so now that my base is on, I'm going to go ahead and pinpoint conceal. I do have some, see like that discoloration right over there. I couldn't conceal that with my foundation. There's definitely some spots here that I can really pinpoint conceal. So for this, you're going to need a tiny synthetic brush. Dip it directly into the product, and then just go ahead and pinpoint conceal wherever I see any discoloration. You can definitely use your fingers again to just blend the product into the skin. So these concealers are long lasting, which is great because if you have problemed areas and you want to pinpoint and conceal, you obviously want them to last all day. Pinpoint concealing is done, and as you can see, it looks so natural, whereas if you were to like pack on foundation, it would have looked a little bit more heavier. So I definitely prefer pinpoint concealing rather than, you know, trying to cover it with your foundation. So the next hack is another popular hack. I feel like nowadays a lot of people do this, but this is one of my absolute favorite ones. Again, it's something that I do almost every time I do my makeup, and that is to use my concealers as my highlight and contour products. So for that, I do like to use a lightweight concealer rather than a creamy concealer. So for today's highlight and contour, I'm going to go ahead and use 2 shades from the Radiant Creamy Concealers, and the first shade is going to be Custard, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this directly under my eyes and then just kind of bring it down. And then I'm also going to apply this on top of my nose and basically where I want the light to hit, so the center of my face. I love applying this on the laugh lines because it really helps, and also the chin. So basically the center of my face. So because I want a little more coverage under my eyes, I'm going to go in with the new concealers again in the color Light, which looks like this. I'm just going to apply this really close to the bottom lash line, just like in the inner corners, because that's where I want a lot of the highlight. So basically I'm highlighting with this and concealing at the same time. So as you can see, it just gradually goes from light to just a little bit darker, which is Custard. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and blend this in place, and you can do this again using either your fingers. I prefer to use either a beauty blender or some sort of a kabuki brush because I feel like it really blends it nicely. I can't find my beauty blender right now, so we're just going to go ahead and blend it with a kabuki brush. See how bright my under eye area looks, and even the center of my face, it just looks so highlighted. So then I'm going to go ahead and contour, and for that I'm going to use Dark 1, which is in the shade Cafe. So I'm just going to apply this a little bit above the hollows of my cheeks and then the sides of my nose to really narrow it down. And then I do like to apply this on my forehead, just like really close to the hairline. And then of course the jawline. If you want to highlight the center of your face more, you could just apply a lighter color just on the center. It just depends on how light you want to go. And then we're going to start to blend. So I like to first blend all of the light colors because then you want to make sure that it doesn't, you know, kind of become a mess with all the darker colors. Then we can go in and blend the darker colors. So the way to blend out the nose contour is to make sure that you're blending upwards so that it doesn't become a mess. So as you can see, it's such a natural contour. I love doing this because it just matches your skin tone, blends in so beautifully. Next, I'm going to go ahead and set this makeup so that it doesn't move. And this is important to do because if you don't set any concealer or foundation, it's going to move throughout the day. So it's really important to grab a translucent powder and just make sure that you set especially the under eye area. This is a translucent powder by Mer, and I love this stuff. It's so pretty. So this is still part of the highlight and contour hack. I do like to pick up the color Custard and apply it directly under the hollows of my cheeks because this is really going to help carve out that area. So once it's there, you just want to go ahead and blend it, and you don't want to move the product too much, so try to just blend it exactly where you apply it. And it just helps carve out that cheekbone even more, accentuate that contour color that you applied. I'm going to fill in my brows, apply some blush, and move on to the next hack. Remember how earlier we carved out the brow bone? Now I'm going to use the shade Custard, and I am going to carve out the top. Because now that my brows are done, it's just going to make it pop. It's going to make the brows look nice and polished. The last two hacks are going to be on the lips. First, we're going to go ahead and cancel out my natural lip color because I feel like when you're using lighter colors especially, it's really nice to cancel it out and start with a fresh canvas. That way your lip color stands out true to what it is. So I am going to use Custard in the Radiant Creamy Concealer. I'm just going to apply this directly on my lips and then blend it in place. So for my lipstick, I'm going to go in with Maybelline's Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick in number 37. And our last hack of the day is going to be cleaning out any dark lip. I absolutely love this hack, and I think a lot of people use this. Anytime you see a really pretty, clean, and crisp dark lip, I guarantee you they've used this hack. So you want to go ahead and use your concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use the Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard. So I'm basically going to carve out and clean out the edges. It's important to use a concealer at least one shade lighter than your foundation because it's going to really make that dark lip pop. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Of course, let me know if you want to see more hack videos. I'm going to try my best to film a lot more in 2017. I've promised myself. I have it written in front of me. I look at it all the time. By the way, how cute is this necklace and my earrings? And it's like a really pretty set. It's designed by the beautiful Annie Jaffrey, who is also a YouTuber. She did a collaboration with Majuri, and I think it's so beautiful. So thank you, Annie, for sending me this. I absolutely love it. Back to my outro. I just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more hack videos, let me know in the comments below so that I can film more of these. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel on your way out. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Bye, guys.